Hey everyone, just vlogging it up in the same one I was in last time. I promise I am actually going back to university though. I'm not just staying here and lying about the whole languages thing. I am genuinely going back to Cambridge at some point in the next 2 weeks. In fact, according to my calendar, in about a week and a half is when I'm going to be going back, so it's getting quite close now. I'm faintly alarmed by it all. With that in mind, I've obviously been very, very busy. I've been doing lots of very important, very academic things, things that I absolutely must do before going back to university. As I'm sure you can imagine, these kinds of things are particularly important for me, someone studying languages, such as playing FIFA. I have actually been doing work as well, I hasten to point out. I have actually been doing some reading, which is always a good idea when you're studying a lot of literature. You know, try and read the stuff, kids, before you go. Yeah. But this week's theme is a strange one, since it doesn't actually have anything to do with university. Instead, we've got a dual theme this week, which is rather exciting. Number one, part one as well, will be YouTube recommendations, and part two, or number two, depending on how you want to look at it, will be questions for each other. So that'll be fun, won't it? So let's kick off with, wait for it, part one! YouTube recommendations. The squeaky chair, backed by popular demand. Now, I've got 4 channel recommendations and then 1 video recommendation. The channel recommendations, you might already be connected to them, since they're actually, some of them, quite big, some aren't. But I hope you'll enjoy them nonetheless. So let's stop wasting time and actually start talking about channel recommendations. Yeah. Number 1, Karen Cabot. I do a bit of graphic design work in my time, and so Karen Cabot's videos are really useful for me, and they're really interesting for everybody, in fact. She does all the fancy pants video visual effects that the vlogbrothers use in their videos. So, for example, Dandelions, just there. Dandelions was her. She's done also all the graphics for the French Revolution videos and for the blood circulatory system videos. They were very, very good as well. She's also taught me something that's really endeared me to my friends, specifically how to identify fonts merely by looking at them. Fun things to do at parties, number 637. Okay, this light is getting really annoying. I'm going to spin myself around a bit. Hold on, back in a sec. And now back to your regularly scheduled video. Second recommendation I've got for you, Elmify. Now, you're probably already subscribed to Elmify, but if you're not, I really, really would recommend it. She makes amazing videos. She doesn't have an incredible, stupid Canon 60D amazing camera of awesomeness, but she does have a really clever wit, an amazing sense of humour, and the kind of videos that always make you smile, so they are really, really worth watching. For number 3, we're going from someone who makes you smile a lot to someone who makes you smile and then also think a fair bit as well. These are videos from someone called Katie at Large. Now, Katie is someone I was introduced to on YouTube through a friend, produces really, really clever videos, and there's a brilliant video I'd really recommend you checking out called Journals. She just looks at how over the last 10 years of her life she's used diaries, or journals as Americans call them, to chronicle her life and to see how she's grown and developed and what the next years of journals are going to bring for her. Just an absolutely amazing video, 1.5 minutes of pure YouTube brilliance. And finally, for YouTube recommendations, CGP Grey. He produces the kind of videos that I'd like to produce, to be honest. Really short, sharp, witty, informative videos. He did one a while ago on coffee, which really, really makes you think, and you learn a lot about where coffee came from. And when I come to do a video for the Crash Course series of videos we'll be doing, I hope mine will be modelled somewhat on CGP Grey's. Finally, a video recommendation. Now, at Cambridge there's this really brilliant commitment to the arts and humanities, which is wonderful. There's a big festival called the Festival of Ideas that I'll be volunteering for in a few weeks' time. But on the academic front, there's also this wonderful thing called the Centre for Research in the Arts, Social Sciences and Humanities, which, proving that academics have a sense of humour, is called Crash. A while ago, Dominic Crowley, a professor in French, did a lecture on the importance of the social sciences, arts and humanities, and it's just 6 minutes and 30 seconds of absolute perfection and brilliant reasoning about why we should care about the arts. Again, I'll put a link to it over there somewhere, just like this bit of the screen, so you can have a look. I really, really would recommend it. Once again, the lighting is getting annoying, so for the final part of this video, I'm going to move again. That's better. To be honest, all I've done is spin around a bit, but I think you'll agree that this is better than that. When you really couldn't see my face at all. Which, again, may have been an improvement, but at least don't say that to my face, please. And all of this, of course, brings us on to, wait for it again, part 2! Ooh, that was painful. Ow. Ow. Questions for each other. I've got 2 for everyone, and then I've got 1 for every other person on the channel. I thought I'd just mix things up a bit, you know. Question 1. Did any of you know each other before starting this project? Because I obviously didn't know any of you guys. I got the impression some of you might have known each other, and I was just curious to find out about that. My other question for everybody is, how long does it take you all to film a video? I mean, personally I film it all in one take and then edit it down, but I'd quite like to know how long it took you, that's all. Watching all the videos has made me a bit curious about a couple of specifics as well, so I've got a question for Emily first off. Yes, my script is down here, bear with me, I'm not that good at vlogging just yet. Question for you, Emily, is how many instruments do you actually play? Because I get the impression you play quite a few. There's the guitar, I think you mentioned you sing as well, somewhere. But I'd just be curious to know how many it is you actually play. And also whether you've got a favourite composer, if you're studying music, how far, what kind of period you're specialising in, what exactly makes you tick musically. Secondly, a question for Melanie. When you say football, do you mean real football? As in Cristiano Ronaldo, or do you mean American football? It doesn't really matter for me, I'm just curious. Thirdly, Becky, how many CDs do you own? I mean, seriously, that is a lot of CDs you've got back there. What kind of stuff is it? Finally, Julia, as a chef in training, I was wondering when you actually cooked for the first time and what it was, if you can remember. Because personally, my cooking prowess extends to kind of a bit of pasta every now and then and sometimes burnt toast. Just curious about when it was you realised you were better than most people at cooking and why you wanted to do it to university, really. So that's me done for another 2 weeks. I am very much looking forward to seeing the other videos in this vlog. I think it'll be really interesting, which leaves me with just one thing to say. And yes, it's going to be a bad pun. Sorry. I'm Edward, and I hope this has given you a fresher perspective.